Hello everyone, thanks for joining. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be great. Just starting this channel out. So starting out here, we have the Bissell Big Green Carpet Cleaning Machine. If you're like me, you might be having problems with your hose attachment. So the first thing to do is you want to get the end off of your attachment here. And then you just want to make sure that this hole is open and clear. But usually that's not going to be your problem. But if it is, then that's an easy fix. Next thing you want to do is unscrew the screw here. And then just pull this end off. Now you have a couple hoses here. So this one here could be clogged. But most likely it's going to get clogged here because it's got to go through all this first. So just to show you, I'm just going to plug this in real quick. And I do have half a tank of water. So it's going to get real loud here, so you might want to turn your volume down. Okay, obviously that was obnoxious, but I just want to make sure you've seen that it was not working. So now what you want to do is unplug this hose. So that's where your water's coming in. So you want to make sure this is not plugged up. So what you do is you blow through it, and you should feel some air coming through here. Obviously with your machine unplugged and all that. So it's probably very similar to any other videos you've seen so far, but then they tell you, oh yeah, just replace this. But if you're going to replace it, you might as well try to fix it first. So what I wanted to do, the first thing I did was look down this hole, and there's like a little rubber gasket down there. Let me see here. It's kind of hard to see because it's a little wet. But there you go. So you can see that gasket. So what I did was I pushed a little screwdriver in there real gentle when it was running, just to see if any water was coming out. And it was. So I began to look at this, and I'm like, well, it doesn't look like anything broke off. But if you look real close, the rubber seal down there is a little chewed up. So I think just from this turning over and over, it just wears that rubber gasket out. So there's less rubber for that to press on. And if it can't press down far enough, you can't get water out. So I just tried to get some ideas of how can I get that to press down far enough. So what I came up with was just grab some rubber bands and just cut a little piece off that'll fit down in that hole. So this is kind of what the piece looks like that I made. Just to try it out and see if it would work. And I just drop it down that hole. Obviously it's not working for me. There we go. So I'm going to try to get that a little more flat in there, because it's standing on its side. Obviously it doesn't want to cooperate because we're on video. There. So it's mostly flat down there. So now when you put that plug in there, the attachment, it's going to push on that rubber, and then it's going to push that seal all the way down. Now you can experiment with different sizes of rubber bands, but if it's too thin, it's obviously not going to press it down far enough. So I have, I use a little bit thicker rubber band. Alright, so I'm going to plug this back in, and it should work. So if it works, because I have this unplugged, water is just going to pour right out. So I'm going to turn this vac on again. So watch your volume levels. And there you go. Obviously it's working now. Now I'm sure a bunch of you guys went out and bought parts, placed your hose, thinking you couldn't fix it yourself. But I mean, if your hose, if you can blow air through it, it works. That's all this is doing. You just have a pump that comes up here, pumps water, and goes through your hose. So there's basically nothing to this. But yeah. So the only thing you might have to worry about is over time, just keeping an eye on that to make sure that when it's getting pushed in there, it's not getting caught between the seal and the plastic, because then it might get stuck open. But as long as you're keeping an eye on it once in a while, it shouldn't be a problem. Anyways, hopefully that helped everybody and saved you some money. Thanks.